Everybody, welcome back to Top Snapper America Live. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just run through real quickly how the point system works for the charting. All right, so how it is that all of our snaps are actually done to a person. However, the person is standing directly in front of the target. They take their hands, they feel the target, they feel themselves center up, and call it a day. All right, so we try to put it to make sure their butt's up against it. Right, that's what we're looking for. Now, the purpose of that is so we can get a guaranteed 15-yard distance snap. All right, so all of our punters, quote unquote, the previous snapper that snapped, they put their heels directly at 15 yards. All right, we don't do 14, we do 15. All right, coaches. So if you guys are more of a 14-yard punt scheme, totally fine. Just minus that 0.03 second off of that snap time, and that gives you that 14-yard snap time. So keep that in mind. And also, when we get to the actual charts, I consistently remind you, hey, coaches, these snaps are all done at 15 yards. For how we do with our space, we actually have the guy pulled back 1 yard off the line of scrimmage, if you will. All right, so this big yard line that we have here, we're pulled back 1 yard there and pulled back 1 yard as well to 15 yards away. All right, so that gives us our 15. That being said, how does it work as far as the point system? It's really simple. All right, this is our strike zone for punts. All right, so with a punt snap, if they hit on the body, any point where I see the ball that's in line with the red, that counts as a strike. That's worth 2 points. All right, if they get anything that's on the edge of the body that's in line with the white border, that is worth 1 point. Okay, now a snapper can also lose points on a snap, not necessarily getting negative for the whole overall score, but they can, let's say if they get 2 points on the actual accuracy of their snap, they can lose a point if they throw a snap with a wobble. So essentially, it's a minus of 1 point. So if they throw a snap that's a perfect strike, that's worth 2 points, but it has a wobble, it makes that snap actually worth only 1 point. Okay, because we know as coaches that when it's a snap that comes back with a wobble, that slows down the operation time, that makes it harder for the punter to catch. It's not ideal. Also, especially when we're in the Midwest with a whole lot of wind, that ball can get moved a lot. All right, so we're looking for the spirals. Second, a snapper can also lose points on their accuracy based off of if they do or do not do, rather, their post snap, which means that if they have to do a snap and release or a snap and block. If they don't do their release or if they don't do their block, they lose a point on that snap as well too. So theoretically, let's just say a person snapped a great ball right down the middle, boom, right here. All right, it could be fast and all that. But if he throws that ball with a wobble and he doesn't do any release or any block, he actually got a minus of 2 points on that. So it actually worked out to where he gained himself 0 points on that snap. Makes sense. All right. That being said, that's how punts work. On field goals, it is very simple. We're looking for it to be inside our strike zone. Again, that is also done to person. All right. Field goals are worth 1 point. And the big question is, okay, well, you're missing the final factor of snap times. That's where points are made as well, too. They can get a total of 10 points per chart on top of what they get for the accuracy for their snap times. All right, those snap times all vary. And coaches, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a tough coach when it comes to snap times. You're not going to hear a lot of sixes out of me. You're not going to hear some of the 5-9 crap. You're going to be hearing sevens, even eights, and occasion 6-9 kind of a thing, a 6-8. All right, and that's not just me. We also have Ben Fentress here that is also going to be giving our times. All right, the last time that we had our event, we were pretty surprised with how we were dead on essentially the same times with every single one. How it works is that every guy gets their snap time from me and Fentress, and it averages out to what their snap time is per snap. In addition, it makes it where it's an overall average for the entire event, and that's how they gain their points. Again, they get 10 points that they can possibly make on their snap times, and then for accuracy, they can get 20 points for punt, and then 5 points for field goal. All right. Again, they get 2 charts, 2 live stream charts. They'll go 10 straight punts, then 5 straight field goals. That's how all the charts work. It's really simple. We go one guy after another, 2 times through. After that point, we'll then go into all of our agility circuits. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple thing. I will let all of you guys know as the competition continues and as the charts are going, reminding you, hey, snaps are at 15 yards, reminding you that they're doing a certain post snap or not, letting you know, hey, that one had a wobble or not. All right, so that being said, Jack Yenter is about to get started here shortly. Let's get it rolling. I'll see you back here in just a minute.